Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Happy football day. Happy match weekend. We don't want to focus on the Sunday thing, but happy match weekend to the family. Welcome to Ballchat Podcast. My name is Benton, along with the family. Junior Manchester United is on a 4 games winning streak. Talk to me, family. Are you still? Big up, come on. And the entire VAR family over Chelsea. But Junior, are you still?
I'm feeling good enough. And people, please disregard my head cover because my ball off the whole of my head. And if you ever see somebody with a ball off their head and sun not touch them head for about 3 months, jeez, it look like Ashy Larry. So I'll come up head to that. But I'm feeling good.
I thought it was a new celebration.
I'm feeling good.
So wait there. So what I know. So you're no longer 9th, 8th, and 7th.
6th.
Where exactly are you?
6th place.
Yo, Junior, I'm curious. What are you in the VAR booth? Are you cooking?
I am
manipulating the images.
I am in the VAR room right now because I'm actually live on location with the English FA, and we're making some modification. Can't be a fool to talk about the VAR room.
Come on, how you doing, family? Speaking of VAR, how you doing?
Why you bungle me with dirty bungle? I don't understand you.
No, but you're the resident referee, and we'll rely on your expertise later on. So we don't know, and the decisions around the referee and the VAR.
I dare 3 points are 3 points still, but you know.
But you know, all right, we'll get to it. All right, football family, welcome to Ballchat Podcast. We review some of the week's major news in the world of football. We're gonna recap the weekend that was in the EPL and touch some of the week's action in the EPL. We'll discuss transfer news, wrap up, get our final thoughts on the transfer window as Chelsea Football Club spent a bag of money. We'll discuss Chelsea Football Club and the entire transfer window. Final day, massive movements. We'll also discuss the reggae girls, reggae boys, and potential friendlies are locked thereof in the Yard Boilers report. And we'll wrap up. Before we get to Yard Boilers report, we'll preview Champions League games coming down this week. Champions League, aka Champion Football, kicks off this week. We'll wrap up with Yard Ballers and discuss Jamaican football at the end of the show. But we kick off with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers been impressive players. Bugs been unimpressive players. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, family. Let's get ready for Ballers and Bugs. If you have ballers, send them on. Come on. Ballers of the week. Ladies first, family. Who do you have as the impressive players?
Ivan Toney. I have Ivan Toney as for a hat-trick, of course. You know, I've always thought Ivan Toney would be a bright spark in the English Premier League. Last season was a bit quiet, but I think he has the potential to be one of the best strikers that we have in the Premier League. And I wish that he would play for Jamaica, because now England fans them are run out. And I want to tell Ivan Toney to not bother with it, because I don't know who we're going to start over. Come to Jamaica, because we have a spot for you. Brighton.
Wait, I have a question. I'm putting up my hand. Sorry to interrupt your Ballers and Bugs. Play for Jamaica in what? What is Jamaica playing in?
World Cup, Nations League, the friendlies,
Okay. Sorry. I
so those are the things, and him not too old. Him can go, World Cup, next World Cup.
Okay. See, I think it's showing in the reggae boys.
Hey, listen to me. We need all the help we can get, because according to Junior, Mikel Antonio has been cursed. We're not going to say by who has been cursed, but he has been cursed. But anyway, so Brighton, they have surprised me. I like that Danny Welbeck is playing with a chip on his shoulder. So, he has been one of the lively ones at Brighton. The coach, wax particularly about him. They've surprised me because they currently sit in fourth. Yes, it's early warm, but we see big teams struggle. So it's really good for Brighton. Manchester United, and I say this with my mouth tastes like I have garlic or a sour lime in it because I wanted both them and Arsenal to lose, even though that is impossible. But I wanted VAR to come in and do something for Mr. Junior Cry today. But they are getting the job done. They were bottom of the table. Everybody laughed and whatever. And now they're in fifth above my Chelsea, my teeth in Chelsea. We'll touch that. And it's their fourth win in a row. So it looked like Man United have righted the ship. Ten Hag is actually doing something. So Ivan Toney, Brighton, and the entire Manchester United squad.
All right, keep the ballers and bugs running in family. Junior, what do you have as your ballers family?
You know, AC Milan and Inter Milan. You know, this weekend is a bag of entertaining football was played this weekend. Not because Man U win, but a whole heap of entertaining games played. I'm not gonna lie, the Milan derby lived up to the hype, right? In my opinion. And I loved it. I love the fact that AC Milan is showing that they are not a paper champion, they're not a one-time champion. They are here to stay. That's the Inter is showing that they are going to put up real competition because Edwin Dzeko is not Inter's best striker, right? Their best striker is injured. So, fun and joke aside, we know the Syria is going to come down to the wire. But I forgive it to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen looked like a real yo. We don't want a Frankie De Jong a Man U, man. We don't have Frankie already. So Christian Eriksen play like a real general today. And that's it to my ball, but wait for the bug them.
Yeah, ballers and bugs family, we see you running in. Big up to the family. Send on your ballers and bugs. We'll go ahead and highlight them in a few minutes. My ballers of the week, that was in the world of football. Big up to Rafael Yao, AC Milan. I don't know if AC Milan will hold on to this youth coming future transfer windows, but he's an absolute fantastic player. Scored 2 goals for them in the Milan derby yesterday and an assist. Big up to Rafael Leao and AC Milan family. Big up to Marcus Rashford. Put some respect on the name. Marcus Rashford, MBE. Make sure I get it correct, you know. Whatever title that is for the MBE. But Marcus Rashford scored 2 goals and an assist. Big up yourself. Playing down the middle on the assist. Yes, he scored the 2 goals going wide, but big up to Marcus Rashford. Ball of the week. And I want to give a ball of the week to Amadou Onana, CDM midfielder for Everton. This youth, 88% passing efficiency, 11 duels won in the midfield in the Merseyside derby yesterday. Absolutely impressive. The only thing that's question is this youth is really 21, because he's a 21-year-old. He's huge, but Amadou Onana, ball of the week, big ball of the week to him in that Everton midfield. Bugs of the week, family, unimpressive players. Who do you got? Come on.
USA Network for consistently, regularly put Leeds on primetime big screen TV. Cut it out because Leeds is not no type of contender. Cut it right out. So Leeds, Jesse Marsh and USA. Jesse Marsh pick up a record for his expletive-laden rant. Hush, Papa. Chelsea and TT, even though we look extremely poor, I never had TT on my bingo card to be fired by December, but it's looking likely. I had Lambs, but like Lambs work safe, and I had Steven Gerrard. Them the two, so it's either Brendan Rodgers and TT by December. So them. Mendy for being really bad, and I don't know when they're going to decide that Kepa needs to come off of the bench and take over from Mendy. Roma, for all the excitement where Josie and Roman, the ball and everybody I put up because they're a big whatever. They lost today, 4-0 to Udinese. Was a mauling in my opinion. Jared Gillett, Konstantin Astidakis, and Andy Madley. Bugs, especially those three. Bugs. And we're going to talk about them in the next segment.
All right, keep the ballers and bugs running in. Junior, who do you have, family?
You see them idiot behind me? But talk about them a VAR referee. One
Those
bag
are
of
the
idiot.
VAR behind you, Junior. Those are the players on the screen.
Well, the people about watching players, but I'm be an idiot, man. VAR referee. This is the worst week of VAR in EPL. I'm going to talk about it. I'm a piggyback on come on USA Network. It's like them want Leeds to compete for the title, so they can have an American team to hitch their wagon on. And ever since them do that, Leeds just turn garbage. Everybody who came out and had anything negative to say about Cristiano Ronaldo, all of the reporters that came out and talk all this negative BS about Ronaldo, I'm just telling you one thing. I'm going to sit down and shut up. Because when Anthony scored today, look up the camera. The camera went to Ronaldo, hoping Ronaldo would have a scar on his face. And Ronaldo was clapping and cheering him, right? But watch the game again and look over the right shoulder of Ten Hag. Who was sitting behind Ten Hag? Fridge. And I saw the man sit down. The whole game, see me? But the English media will never talk about Harry Maguire and his demeanor. So the whole English media, man, run the English media. And one more bug. I mean, no come out and give a stick, but no Benton go and say these are the views of Junior. But listen to me. Every Jamaican would just because Leon Bailey score one goal in 12 months. What I want to talk about and the next greatest thing. Listen to me. Leon Bailey, but love the goal they score, world-class goal, but respect the goal. But brother, we need more goal for you, man. Need more.
But you're not giving Leon Bailey a bug, you're giving the people.
The people that want to run now and if they see there, so Leon Bailey greatness there. Where was it last year?
Oh, mine are bullet, yeah, drop words, man, you know.
That drop words for who the cap fit, make them wear it.
Big up to Craig Butler, aka Bullet. My bugs of the week, our bug of the week, I'm just going to keep it moving. Thomas Tuchel. A simple reason, you lost the game against Southampton in the midweek action, and then you castigate the players in the media talking about soft. Say, boy, he takes any. No, that's not even Brandon Rodgers so bad in terms of throwing the players under the bus. That's unacceptable, man. Unacceptable. So Thomas Tuchel gets my bug of the week, brother. That not gonna work. That not gonna work. All right, let's get to our football roundup and pivot. Starting looking at the action that was the weekend that was in the EPL. Things that stood out immediately. Manchester United beat the big side, family. Arsenal. The Arsenal fans were celebrating that they were going to win the league. Junior, what went so well for your team today and defeated this Arsenal outfit?
Last week was a smoke and mirrors. It wasn't smoke and mirrors this week. But people, before we jump on this, Man U is back. I'm Mr. BM saying Man U is back. We know Jeremy and in the chat having some similar beliefs as well. Every coach have their honeymoon period, right? Ten Hag's honeymoon period is starting 3 games into the season. I don't know what the first 2 games. I can make the argument that is the transfers that were needed to come in, never come in. Now that the honeymoon period is here, let's see how long it lasts, and let's see how long we can keep it up. But apart from that, I still see issues with Man U. The goal that was disallowed for Arsenal, that should send shivers down every Manchester United fan spine. That a brother run around Dallo in a foot race, 1-on-1. So any team with sense is going to look at Man U right now that is playing a high line, and I promise you this, they are going to attack down our right side, starting next week with Crystal Palace. Zaha will be sitting on Dalot's right foot and running 1-on-1 with him. So I love it as a Man U fan, but reality is still setting in that we are one injury away, one obvious injury away from being below ordinary again. So just enjoy the honeymoon period.
Come on, pivoting, looking at the results before we get to specific games here. 3 or 4 games we want to take a little more deeper look at. But overall, the results, any big takeaway from this weekend's action? I mean, Villa picked up a valuable point against Man City. Of course, Manchester United won against Arsenal. Any result that stood out for you, and Leicester City kind of dark?
The Aston Villa, Man City, because nobody saw that coming. Because Aston Villa, they're actually in a funk, and Man City is champions elect. You know what I'm saying? So we expected, or most football fans expected, Man City to run away with it. Leicester City, I was expecting maybe a draw from Leicester and Brighton. I was not expecting a 5-2 scoreline. So that is actually bad. Everton and Liverpool, I don't know if something is wrong with Liverpool. They didn't look like themselves. Salah is in a funk. So, this morning I heard on Sirius they were talking about maybe it's the money weighing him down. He get too much money, so he can't move on the pitch. So the Everton and Liverpool, Everton and Liverpool game was the other one. I don't know what to think about Nottingham Forest. They spent all this money. I think they brought in 19 or 21 players they brought in. And I think they spent a lot of money and they still lost 3-2 to Bournemouth. So, my game that I was really, iffy about was the Everton Liverpool, because I never expected a 0-0 scoreline, seeing that Everton was not playing, at their best.
All right, let's get to specific games, starting with the Manchester United versus Arsenal game. Junior, any comments you want? Let's get you some of the comments as we get ready before we look at the Man United versus Arsenal games. And remember, I know we have audio listeners only. So, Junior, you're telling people to look behind you or point behind you. Remember the audio, the radio audience only, sir. Describe what I tell them point them.
Yeah, big up FM station in England. But sorry. But Jeremy and said, come on, I'm ready for you, Bug of the week for Jeremy is Nunes. Baller is Ivan Toney and Marcus Rashford. BM is saying Ivan Toney will not play for Jamaica. To be honest, we can't blame him. Jamaica's football is a joke. Reggie says ballers of the week is Ivan Toney, Bournemouth for coming back after being down 2-0, and UD at Berlin for standing up to the big bad Bayern. Heraldo, big up Heraldo. Hey, respect Heraldo, show your face. Ball of the week, Bessie and Brighton, and the bug is Chelsea. The register the bugs is Leicester. In the words of Odemir Brown, you in trouble, girl. BM said, my team Manu is back. Ballers of the week is the entire Manu team except Maguire. Hey, Maguire, that try to give a penalty, Jesus, peace. Register, how could I forget? VAR, bug. Prime Minister Ballers are Brighton United special mention Ericsson. I registered this Arsenal fan knows the league is not won in the first 5 matches, but after 4 matches, it'll win. You understand? Prime Minister said the bug is Leicester. A special mention to Gunners who dressed in black for a funeral, but end up being the ones getting buried. And Heraldo said Arsenal was not outplayed, and he tried to quote stats. 2 errors getting caught, giving away the ball cheap. Let's just give United the win and move on.
All right, okay. Thanks. Big up to the family. Remember, subscribe to the channel. Big up to the family. Let's get specifically at this Manchester United versus Arsenal game. Game ended 3-1, 2 goals from the man himself, Rashford. And the big money, the high price man, Mr. Anthony, scored. Junior, Arsenal was missing Partey, El Nene, and a few. Does any of that has anything to do with what happened today? Or it's just, Manchester United just, there's a stat where, big up to Upta Joe, who said that, posted a stat that Manchester United have defeated Arsenal 7 times that Arsenal have played them when they're top of the league. So Arsenal have not won in 7 encounters against Manchester United when Arsenal is at top of the lead. 5 losses and a draw. So it just seems like regular proceedings when Arsenal is at top of the league, Junior.
Yeah, but to answer your question about Partey and El Nini, yes, Partey would have made a huge difference. Ericsson would not be boss in the midfield if Partey was there. That's number one. But if I was an Arsenal fan, I would look at the Man U game, and nothing about the Man U game surprised me. Nothing about Man U surprised me. This is the same Man U for the last couple of years that we have sat on this show, and many people on shows have said, if you attack Manchester United, they are going to kill you because they all they use is speed on the wings. When Rashford, Sancho, Anthony now, Marshall when he's healthy, anybody, when they are coming off the wing and have a good person for the midfielder can deliver the ball, they are dangerous on the counter-attack. That is why Manu could run away with a 3-1 score. Now, if I was Arsenal, I would be concerned about Saka sitting in the pocket of Malacia, right? Trust me, Saka is going to wake up tomorrow with nightmares with that brother. Even though him score, he's still going to wake up with nightmares with Malacia. And I would have concern about my midfield that seemed to be so good for the first 4 games. I cannot break down McTominay. McTominay actually looked like Michael Carrick to them. McTominay actually looked like a baller to them. That would be a concern to me. But it's the same Manchester United. But if I was Arsenal, I would be concerned about my midfield. Very concerned.
Come on, your thoughts on the game. Arsenal had the go-ahead goal early on with Gabby Martinelli. It was taken back, rightfully so, on the foul on Eriksson. Your thoughts on the game itself, and it was just Arsenal just step up to the fight. Your thoughts, or Manchester United, that is.
I don't have to agree with Raldo when he said that Arsenal was not really outplayed. I think the most important stat would be the goals, right? And Manchester United actually won that stat. But when it comes to possession, it was 61% possession to a Man U 39. The passes were 461 to 307 in favor of Arsenal, and the pass accuracy was 83 to 78. So, Arsenal was not really run off the park. It's just that they were, I'm not going to say unlucky, although luck plays a part in football, but Manchester United actually played a good enough game. People that argue about cuss Rashford, say don't show up on whatever, and see, we can't cuss Rashford today because he did his job. Same thing with Eriksson. The money man came in and he did what he was supposed to do. So I see Manchester United going on the uptick. But to say this, Arsenal has not really lost the pot. They're still leading. They're still leading the league, right? So I don't think I'm worried about Arsenal right now. Maybe in the second half when injuries start to creep in, because their squad is really not that big. It's not that deep. So that's when they're supposed to worry. But I think they were okay today. Just Manchester United was luckier.
Speaking of Arsenal, and we have big up to our the Premier League provides some stats here on the attacking layout of each team, provided by the Oracle, powered by Oracle, or whatever the sponsor of the stat is. Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal has made an investment, and the objective hopefully is to try to get a bag of goals from this kid. He came up against a more physical Martinez today. Is that someone that you can rely on? Gabriel Jesus at times had to come deeper and try to connect the play, lay off these. Is that a concern for a Gabriel Jesus in a situation where he has to move away from the goal and try to get the ball, drift wide? Is that a concern?
No.
And for Gabriel and for Arsenal as they play against more physical sort of centre backs.
Yo, let me tell you, I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
But look at every game that Man U have played with Martinez. Within the first, when Man U played against Liverpool, Martinez sent a message to Salah within the first minute, right? Within the first minute to them, Martinez sent a message to Jesus and stepping him ankle. And Jesus made a business decision. I am more curious to see when we play against Man City, because me feel Haaland going to box up Martinez personally. But I think I wouldn't be concerned about Jesus if I was Arsenal, because you know what you have in that striker. I would be more concerned now about the midfield again, because they did not show an ability to adapt. They did not show an ability to isolate Dalot. Again, that goal that was disallowed, to me, that was Arteta's Achilles heel. He doesn't show the ability to adjust. You know what I do? You know, I say, Saka, switch to the left. I'm going to send everything down the left side against Dalot. Because Anthony and Dalot is the first time playing together. Chemistry is not there for the defensive communication. Move Saka over to the left. And let's see if Dalot can come. Dalot did well enough against Martinelli for the most game. But let Saka try it. We'd never see that the whole game. Instead of Saka over there, have him socks a tear off. So I think that is more the question about Arsenal is the ability to adjust in games when things are not working right.
Okay, fair enough. Come on, your thoughts as we pivot to another game as Manchester United. The Empire is back according to some.
Oh, you're the next one. Listen, with Jesus, he's not a first-year Premier League player. And I think he has, I like when players have chip on them shoulders. So I think he's going to have, as Junior said, a business decision. Him decides to listen, this is not the hill I want to die on today. I have so many games to get my 20 goals to show, say, I am back and I can help Arsenal. But I do think that over time, when he realizes that being a box striker is not going to work, that he has to fall back, go back around there, probably play with the number 8, probably play with number 10, get the ball and go. So I think Jesus will adapt. As Junior said, I don't know if Arteta will adapt. But I think Jesus is a veteran footballer to realize what works and what don't work.
Okay, fair enough. All right, continuing our EPL roundup. Let's pivot to look at the big controversial ending at the Chelsea versus West Ham game. Yo, come on, you put on your refereeing hat. Take off your Chelsea fan hat. And David Moyes is ticked off. Mikel Antonio in blood still a boil about the ending of this game regarding this foul that was called. Of course, Cornet scored a goal that was subsequently disallowed. Talk to it, Miss referee, and what is right or what is wrong about this call. Because Michael Owen on Twitter pissed off.
There's nothing right about the call. I tease everybody and I say it because it's 3 points to us, and I think that we were unfairly done when the hair pulling did go on.
Okay.
So I was just saying, all right. So it's so funny. So today I went to a tournament, and I was talking to some other referees who watched the game, and we were talking about it. One was Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, and another one was a Chelsea fan, and we were talking about it. And you know what all of us came to the conclusion about was that we do it too. Like in games, when we give a bad call, we try to make up for that call. Because none of us on the sidelines today thought that the foul on Mendy was a foul. It's not a foul. And I am just upset about the play acting. You know what ticked me off? And I get it. In real time, you see something and your mind will say, all right, then that's what I see, whatever. But if you have the ability to review something, slow down the monitor, look at the play frame by frame, and you come back with the conclusion that you're going to take away that goal. And for that, it's never a foul. No way, anytime on any pitch. It was just ridiculous. But at the same time, I got 3 points on my side. So I'm not to argue. But I get it. And for the referee association to come out and say that it was an error, it's blatant. And I don't know what them, and I see my name them in my box, those 3 referees, the center referee, all right. I'm not one for calling for referees to be penalized. But this is not no tournament. This is not no youth league. This is the English Premier League. And you have to start to penalize referees for these blunders. You can call a penalty because of what you see, but if you review it and it is different, then you can reverse your call. I cannot see how they gave Mendy that foul. And Mendy should be ashamed of himself because that's ridiculous. He has been poor. No, he has been poor. And this is where I say, at what point does TT say, listen, I have a capable goalkeeper on the bench. I have to put him in because Mendy has been making stupid mistakes. Do you realize that when Mendy's around there, none of his defenders or midfielders want to play the ball at Mendy's feet? That is a problem. That you can't have a goalkeeper that you cannot trust him with the ball in his hands and the ball at his feet. And I'm sorry, Mendy has been a liability around the back. Chelsea overall not good. But that call for West Ham, they were robbed, honestly.
All right, Junior, get your thoughts in. David Moyes is still, like him saying, blood a boil. Him saying, whosoever, to paraphrase, whosoever is running. He says he has a question about the who are run the VAR, and he has a question about the referee for even accept to go look on this, because this is foolishness. Them don't know football. The FA did not find him and Declan Rice, who went gun blazing about the decision. Junior, your thoughts on this fiasco at the end yesterday? Game ended in favor of Chelsea. 2-1.
I agree with everything that Camon said. Everything that Camon have said, I agree with it. And I get the vibe. The telling stat to me is, I think it's probably 100%. Every time the referee gets called to the monitor, he changes his call in EPL. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet if it's not 100%, is 95 or greater, right?
Yeah, it seems the percentage is in favor of reversal of the decision when called to the monitor. Yeah,
which tells me, and Streams FM, big up to our listeners on Streams FM in England right now. Hopefully, I don't have to beep up myself, but hold up, I have a better word. What Cholo said, the referees don't have any cojones, man. They don't have any grapefruits, because even the Chelsea call is egregious in a way because cool, the referee said on there and said, in my opinion, it wasn't a foul. But look at the replay, by the letter of the law, yes, it could be a foul. Like the referee could have called a foul in real time and nobody would have complained about it, right? We'll have went on in our merry ways. But the mere fact that the referee that is standing 8 to 10 yards away, looking like this, and then come back and go look at TV and say, I was wrong, that's a problem for me. Okay. And VAR should be fixing clear and obvious errors. It's not a clear and obvious error. I'm going to give you one key one. The yellow card today that remember the brother from Arsenal get when him try to tackle Sancho. And him completely miss Sancho, right? I got a yellow card. Why is that not deemed a clear and obvious error that VAR can call back and say, rescind that yellow card? That to me is better than the Mendy card. What it just feel unbalanced to me.
So
but what a second. You know, so I usually go on there, like the referees, and I go there and I fast and say, you know, what if they played football before, what level they played at. Most of these referees have not played football. And I have a problem with that. I just think if we're going to have an association, you need to have someone who understands the sport. I complain all the time about IFAB. Every time I have to go to referee class and they have these rules and you sit and you say, what? For example, Junior, you say you disagree. I disagree with it too. We talk about it all the time. Now we have VAR. Somebody's, yes, taking off your shirt is an automatic yellow card. I understand, right? But if you score the goal, VAR take it back, you rescind the yellow card.
Rescind the yellow card.
That's not the rule. The rule is, say, if you take it off, is a yellow. You score the goal or not. Unfortunately, you took off your shirt. But what I'm saying is this, some rules are there that you shake your head because as a football player, you would never, ever put that to a vote, in the commission. So when you look at some of these rules, you can tell that is someone who has never kicked a ball. I implore everybody to download the IFAB book. Download the rule and just sit down if something happens. And it is so user-friendly where there's something, you can type it in and it bring up that what the rule is, the disciplinary rule. And when you look at it, you say to yourself, say, How on earth this makes sense? And you have people who vote on this, pass it, and make it into law. I just think the basic qualification for a referee is to play the sport at sub level. When they talk about jumping and your hand must be by your side, rubbish. It is a natural reaction to jump and move your body parts. Those are the things that you slide. How are you going to slide with your hands by your side? You know what I'm saying? So there are some things that I really and truly don't agree with. We can cuss about VAR, but remember, VAR is run by human beings, and the same stupid interpretation that they would interpret the rule on the pitch is the same thing they bring to VAR.
Yeah.
I just think VAR must be used for offside. That's just my thing. And then, like, serious foul play, if the referee missed serious foul play, you can look at those things.
Okay.
But some things I just don't think that VAR is the clear and obvious line has been erased. It's like you barely can see the clear. It's like it's for free for all, and it's taken away from the game. It's mashing up the game, because what if West Ham misses out on a Champion League spot or a Europa spot by 1 point? You know, it's just unfair.
Yeah.
But look at the Aston Villa game. Look at the goal that Coutinho scored that Linesman gave an offside for. That wasn't offside.
And that's the thing too. But remember, and I wonder too, I was like, they have been saying all season, or from last year or whatever season before, that, and we Costa, because we have said that is so obvious, raise their flag. But then we are told that the assistant referee is told to leave the flag, and if a goal is scored, they will review it. When the ball was played to Coutinho, he was clearly onside.
It never even looked offside.
Yeah. And then they talk about because it never hit the back of the net, it is not reviewable. Hogwash.
Yeah, so that one definitely was incorrect call. But I will say that and we know Coutinho has this in his locker to score from anywhere around the 18-yard box. Man City players did seize and allow him to shoot and just leave it alone. I think it was Rodri or Kyle Walker was close to him, and none of them never tackled him. So because the player was stopped, and then he definitely scored a goal. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, there was also another question around the Welbeck offside on McAllister's goal to the Brighton game. So them have a whole heap of thing to review.
The Newcastle foolishness.
Yes, they have a whole heap of things to review. And ultimately, it's in the EPL that you see a lot of controversy around VAR. I mean,
I keep saying it. Adopt the UEFA model. It's not that hard. Champions League, make have it right.
All right. Continuing our football roundup. We want to touch some other games in the EPL and get ready for games coming up. Merseyside derby. Everton drew 0-0 with Liverpool. Liverpool picked up the services and won. Mr. Arthur Melo. Mr. Arthur. Will he address this midfield issue for Liverpool? Come on.
Liverpool midfield is aging. I mean, it's like you have one whole bag of a widow of grape and decide you can put one new fresh grape in the bag. That don't make no sense. It don't do anything for the bag of grape. And the same thing with the Liverpool midfield. I just think something is not right, it's not clicking, and maybe the second half of the season they will get it right. But the Liverpool that I saw was not the Liverpool of old. So now we can't even call them Champions League either. They would probably be lucky to scrape through in the Europa spot. I mean, I want no Liverpool fan text me, please. When I might down at 7th or 8th.
Klopp a big coach, man. They will figure something out.
But Klopp is not a player.
Yeah, Klopp is not a player. Some of the young guns have to step up. It's good to get Diego Jota back because they missed him badly. The quicker they can get him in form, the better it is, because he returned yesterday, got some minutes on the grass. Yeah, Junior, your thoughts on Everton versus Liverpool? I thought Everton looked good. Idris Gueye, you know, we worried about, at least I worried about Everton potentially going through another relegation battle this year. But it seems like they have some pieces where they might can avoid that battle.
But they might turn up next week and get them penny pop. I mean, why are we giving Everton so much credit because they drew with Liverpool 0-0? Liverpool is obviously having a lot of issues. So before we start at 19, Everton, just because them, if that's the case in a Benton, prepare for the next couple of weeks for us to admire certain teams and then play against Liverpool, because speed kills Liverpool. They just have a problem defending speed. I look like Virgil. I don't know if Virgil is getting frustrated, but there's something about his body language that is telling me that I am not happy with what I'm seeing in front of me. And that midfield has always been a problem, and I've said it for the last couple of weeks. Mane has hidden a lot of issues for Liverpool. Because like a game like yesterday or this weekend would have been a game where Mane pop up and score one goal out of nothing, right? And Liverpool and feel better about themselves. Now they don't really have that player. Nunes, the jury's still out on Nunes a little bit. Salah doesn't look comfortable playing with them. Bobby look like he can only give 40 minutes. So what the front three used to hide for Liverpool, they can't hide it anymore. So the players them have to step up. And when are we going to start questioning Jurgen Klopp's transfer market decisions? How much passes are we going to give him?
In terms of what?
Minamino is a flop. Keita is a flop.
Yeah, Keita is a flop.
Milner that he inherited he cannot replace. Jordan Henderson that he inherited, he cannot replace. But him find 100 million for bringing in Nunes. Something is wrong with Liverpool's transfer policy. I have been sounding this alarm. Trent Arnold need competition at right back. This team is withering in front of our eyes. And I think Jurgen Klopp's transfer policy need to be taken to task.
Yeah, but I think regarding Liverpool and Klopp, and just like most managers, they want the right player. I mean, and he's been consistent about that. It's not every player are just buy into his system, you know. He's definitely demand certain players that can definitely work and maintain that high press. And this is probably reached Keita. Keita can't manage it, you know. And the injuries have definitely affected him. I personally think Liverpool has stacked chips to go hard for Jude Bellingham next year. I mean, I really think that Klopp and Liverpool is stacking chips to try to go hard for Jude Bellingham next year from Dortmund. You know.
So what position Jude player?
Huh?
What position Jude player?
Henderson. He'll be Henderson. He'll be Jordan Henderson next year, but number one, and I'm not trying to be funny, Jude Bellingham is a Manchester United fan. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to say money.
Yeah, fine. He is.
But
yeah, because he must stand to a big friend. So I mean, like, yeah, but you know, will Manchester United go for him?
Of course. They already spent so much money. Where do I get money from?
Hold on. They will, but it's not money. It's not about money. Barcelona still want to get rid of Frankie, and them have a captain when they need to get rid of. If you are Jude Bellingham and Barcelona come calling, or Klopp come calling, who are you going to answer the phone for?
Barcelona is a scamming team, brother. Barcelona can't afford them money. We don't even know Barcelona will be in existence next year.
All right, but
just
what
kidding,
if?
Barcelona fans.
But what if? What if? You know what I'm saying? You have Mueller at Bayern Munich, and Bellingham is already in Germany. If Bayern Munich comes calling and Liverpool calls, who do you think you get answer?
They will have competition for this kid. But I just think that they are tracking him, they keep him close eye. And you don't know, so Liverpool don't want to pay a Kyle already. So them might try mats it out. They're not just run and spenny like some
Go
club.
for James Maddison.
Yeah.
Go for Tillemans.
Yeah?
Go for Tillemans. Go for James Madison. Southampton have a wicked midfield right now. They can go poach.
No, James Madison, why? Because you see something of a player who is good, and then next minute him is very inconsistent. Klopp need player who can go 100 week in and week out.
But maybe Klopp can take him to the next level. Every coach believes that they can take this player, mine this potential, and make him into something that he definitely can be. So we don't know. They need to spend money, but Liverpool and Arsenal are known to be misers. So all Liverpool have to do is watch Southampton play the half of the season and just go raid them because they are Liverpool.
Well, Liverpool too. I mean, I know Klopp. I have a Klopp in high regard. They know what they're doing. I know Michael Edwards left, and so maybe there's some adjustment. Michael Edwards was the man behind a lot of these transfers. So we will see. But I think they're lining up to go hard at Jude Bellingham. Continue our football roundup. Before we step away from the EPL, want to get your thoughts on some other games that took place this weekend. And more specifically than other games, Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers. I mean, do you sack Brendan Rodgers at the next international break and just say, it is what it is? Leicester City, first 6 games, drew 2-2 with Brentford and lost the other 5 games. What do you say?
I was surprised at halftime him come back to it. I was looking for something on Twitter to say he has been relieved of his duty. A Liverpool fan met today and tell me, say, this is the year that Brendan Rodgers lose the plot, lose the team, fade away. So the 3rd year, like Brendan has a 3-year curse on him, and it's his 3rd year. But let us be fair. Leicester has not been a great club, right? It's usually like a one-man show, a Vardy show, and they have not done any business in the transfer market. What is it that we want from a manager? To turn water into wine?
Yes.
His team, Leicester, is average at best. If you look at his starting 11, there's nobody you can really argue and say he should use this person, put this person. His lineup was a strong lineup. And them go there and do stupidness. So we must blame the coach. At what point should we say the players need to take responsibility? You fire Brendan Rodgers, you bring in Poch. Who else you can bring? Give me a coach. Bring in somebody else. And it's the same garbage. We cannot put a band-aid over a gunshot wound. And I'm not blaming Brendan because we have seen what he has done. We know he's a competent coach, but Leicester just is not good. And I just face facts. That being said, I think tomorrow morning when we wake up, he'll be out of a job.
Oh, all of that. All right, Junior, we're going to try to cap and keep it moving. But your thoughts quickly on Leicester City and Brendan Rodgers.
You can't blame Brendan Rodgers. Leicester is selling them team and hoping that Brendan Rodgers can do what? There's nothing he can do.
Water in a wine.
There's nothing he can do. But now we know them going to fire him because, hey, if you try to save money for your players, you might as well fire the high-pay coach and bring in the squad coach. Yeah, save money per fee.
Save money on fees.
Contractor.
Speaking of money and transfer, let's get your thoughts quickly on the transfer market. Chelsea Football Club spent a bag of money. Wesley Fofana, 72 million. Cucurella, 59 million pounds. Sterling, 51. Koulibaly, 34. Carney, 16. Abanian, 11. Gabriel Solina, the goalkeeper, 8. And Dennis Zakaria on 3 million pounds on loan deal. What if money that Junior? And come on, your thoughts as a Chelsea fan and what you saw with this transfer window. Very busy transfer window by Todd.
278.4 million pounds Messiah spent and looked like garbage yesterday. Raheem Sterling did play. He was on the pitch. I never see him. Was he there? What am I going Loftus-Cheek? Them should have sent Loftus-Cheek and Otsnadoy over by Bayer Leverkusen for a 2-for-1 deal. Batshuayi gone on a permit. Him all right. What are we doing? We don't have one person that can say is a standout player. When Chilwell come on the pitch and is your best footballer on the day, what is that saying about this side? We just know for waste money. TT are losing work by December.
Transfer numbers. The EPL spent $2.2 billion. This is from Doolittle. Big up Doolittle. The accounting and services. La Liga spent 505 million. Bundesliga 484. Serie A close to 800 million, and League One 600 million. Junior, EPL leading the line again in the money spent. Transfer that stood out for you in this transfer window.
It's too much transfers from a pick one, but I want to say, remember I told you so, but I think Chelsea is going to come out on top with all of these transfers.
Come out on top of what? Top of the league, Champions League.
I think they're going to recover. I think they're going to recover because
top of the transfer market.
Well, they won that.
They win that, but I really think that Chelsea is going to come out smelling like roses when it's all said and done because they have the best squad. They are going to figure it out. Now, maybe this is a perfect tee-off spot for Pochettino to come in and take over and run with the squad. I don't know. But whatever it's going to take, this squad of players is the best group of players in the English Premier League. And it will and
you really have set up with a straight face. You really have set up with a straight face.
All right.
Yo, a clown, you're clowning up my side, you know. You're clowning up my side. You saw them play yesterday versus a West Ham. And you come for the people in group of TV now on this Sunday, the Lord's Day, and said that Chelsea that played yesterday have the best. Junior, you're sure.
So speaking of Chelsea, does Aubameyang solve that striking concern, a goal scoring concern?
If he never take the number 9, I would say yes, but that's a cursed shirt. He need to call Pogba, so Pogba can pray over him because I don't know. I hope so. As I said, I like when players come in with chip on them shoulder. I want him to just come in, come solve our scoring issues.
And so he's suffering from a broken jaw, right? He's out for 2 weeks.
So say.
All right, quickly before we get to Yard Ballers, let's take a touch on the Milan derby. Big up to the Rossoneri fans. Milan won this game. Yo, are we surprised that Milan was able to see this one over the line? Giroud and Rafael with the goals. Junior?
No, they are the champions from last year. Why would we be surprised?
Big side, Inter Milan's invested money. Of course, they have a veteran squad. And the young AC Milan never back down yesterday.
So the Inter side from last year, was it a highly invested team as well?
Yeah,
so
I mean, AC Milan play some good football. Big up El Pistolero. It's a younger team. Like they pick up Declare Charles. I mean, other than that, there was no special. Charles is very impressive in that AC Milan outfit, and when he was on the field yesterday.
Well, for me, I think AC Milan is as advertised, and I think Inter is signaling that they have an intent to chase the league as well. So that'll be a good Serie A run.
Come on, Milan derby. Your thoughts on the big victory by AC Milan upping the rivals?
I was impressed by what's his name, Rafael Leo.
Yeah, Leo.
If Liverpool wants somebody young and vibrant and full of life, then we could spend some money. I was impressed by the young man, Giroud. It's like Giroud turned back the clock. Yo, Chelsea, go back for Giroud now. We need a goal scorer. And even Dzeko score. So I thought it was interesting. I don't know. Is Lukaku injured?
Yes, Lukaku was injured.
But it was a nice little derby. It was a back and forth affair. I liked it. So, I think it was a good game of football.
Speaking of Champions League games coming down, Inter Milan plays Bayern Munich on Wednesday. What games? Napoli versus Liverpool also on Wednesday. What Champions League games are you looking forward to? Barcelona, Idiot Party Shop team plays Plizen on Wednesday. Tottenham versus Marseille. I would say Manchester United, but I forgot the name of this thing, yeah. What games, Champions League games, are you looking forward to, family?
PSG, Juventus.
And the wonderful Ray Hudson is back for that commentary, right? Big up to the man himself. Ray Hudson is on CBS Sports now. He's part of the CBS Sports Dream Team that will do the commentary for that game.
Napoli game, Napoli Liverpool for me, because I think Liverpool have to prove that they're ready for play football. Or else they might as well just start thinking about Europa League.
Chelsea plays Dynamo Zagreb. AC Milan plays Salzburg, and Man City plays Sevilla. Big up El Pistolero. El Pistolero says AC Milan is playing so good. Investors running to AC Milan now to put money into the club. I think Serie A is playing really open now prior to back then. Football is definitely more attractive. Very good, entertaining football. Serie A is back. Before we go to yard ballers, Diego Costa seems to be out looking for a team. Wolves. Word is that Wolves is going to bring him in for a tryout this week. Wolves striker injured. Zaza picked up an injury. Could this be a big move, a good move for Wolves?
The motor other he bought trial for the big man. Them they give William a trial. Fulham they give William a trial.
Yeah, so that's another one that slipped by. I mean, we'll talk. We know so we need to go with so many things. Yeah, your thoughts on the Diego Costa thing before we talk about William.
Diego Costa, listen, Wolves play a fast-paced, rough kind of game. I see Diego Costa fitting into Wolves. Them, I think he's gonna bully people and he may score, even though I'm old. I think it's a good enough move for Wolves. They need a striker, and Costa need a job.
David Ornstein of The Atlantic reported Wolverhampton Wanderers considering deal to sign Diego Costa following ACL injury to Sasa. 33-year-old striker is going on Tuesday for a trial to assess fitness and suitability. He's a free agent after leaving Atletico Mineiro.
He's only 33?
Where's him look old, eh?
Yeah, we're talking about Diego Costa like he's 38, 39. No, seriously.
Costa. One thing, he'll be a physical presence, though. I know he picked up that injury years ago and there was some back problem thing that was going on with him. So let's see, No, seriously. At 33, he should be leading the line for Spain going into the World Cup, this World Cup. Okay. He's 33. That you're exiting your prime. You should be exiting your prime years. Yeah, but not everybody take care of themselves like CR7 Jr.
Wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, I bet Diego Costa smoke and drink Coke. But what I'm saying is Coca-Cola.
Not water.
Coca-Cola. If he goes to Wolves and banging the goals them and lead the lineup, I see him making the squad for the World Cup.
Yeah. So what happened to the Mexican? Him injured?
Raul Jimenez, I think they're trying to, they brought in Sasa to give Raul Jimenez some help. Of course, when Raul was injured or when Raul is absent, the team just impotent. And so they brought in Sasa, and Sasa picked up an injury. And so now them just going to bring in the big cojones man himself, Diego Costa, according to Cholo.
No, on a serious note. If I knew he was 33, I would be advocating to come to Manchester United.
Yeah, but I cut it out. Hey, Junior, I say you go on when you're winning or you're tipsy. You were drinking. Some champagne.
Diego Costa is a proven goal scorer. At 33, Wolves?
Him gonna fit Man U. Everybody that fight. But I can see my drape of Harry Maguire up on the pitch.
What?
I presume there's gonna be a lot of fighting. That's always the concern with Diego Costa. The fighting and the red cards. That's a problem. And that's always. Now, before we go to yard ballers, William, you brought up William. Come on, William has found a home at Fulham.
Fulham. Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on that transfer?
No trial, no nothing. Just walk right in.
Yeah, your thoughts on that? I mean, he could provide something to Fulham, right?
Yo, William at 34.
Junior William at 34.
34.
34. Listen, it's a free transfer. That means Fulham not really have nothing to lose. And they need all the help that they can get. So why not? I mean, he can be speedy, he can be tricky. The problem that I had with William at Chelsea was that he slows down the play for us. Like, we're going forward, but William have to do him like a samba foolishness over this up on the wing. I just did not like that about him. But him speedy, for relatively injury-free. We really don't hear about William picking up an injury and staying out real long. So I think it's a good little buy for Fulham. Freeness for Fulham, I should say.
Okay, all right.
And it's a 1 year contract.
It's a 1 year contract. All right. Well, notorious and scam up enough money already. Let's pivot. Let's pivot to yard ballers and get the yard ballers report from the wonderful yard ballers family.
All right. So congrats to Karim Paris on his move to Dynamo Kyiv in Ukraine. The transfer fee is said to be €1 million and is the highest transfer fee for his former club. Leon Bailey scored a very good equalizer versus Manchester City. Glad to see him healthy and moving along. I think this is his second Premier League goal in 2 seasons, so we expect him to pick the pace up. Kenroy Campbell, formerly of Cavalier FC, now moves to Zimbru in the Moldovan League, and I think he was named in the starting 11 today. I don't know what the score was. I need to check it for you guys. The Reggae Girls lost 1-0 to South Korea in a practice match. Corey Burke has 7 goals and 5 assists so far this season. So I expect to see Corey Burke on the roster versus Argentina. Lamar Walker had a nice equalizer for Miami FC versus Birmingham in a 1-1 draw. Nice free kick out of the box. You can go on USLchampionship.com and you can see it. Chad James, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the little wily no fear player on the U20s, Reggae Boys U20s. He joined Spanish club Inter San Jose, and I looked for San Jose, and I realized that they play they call it the Juvenile League, so it's the young league. So I think that's where they play against Barcelona B, Real Madrid B. So I think it is a good competition for the young man. And then our skipper, Andre Blake, with his 200th start for Philly. Can you imagine? Andre Blake has been at Philly for 9 seasons. I hear that Andre Blake don't pay for nothing in the city of Philadelphia. So that's my yard ball around up today.
I wouldn't pay for nothing either. Football family, big up to the family. We have Champions League coming up this week. Champions League, big EPL encounter next week. As Spurs versus Man City. Big up to the family that running. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Big up to Thief in Chelsea and the VAR thing, scamming thing around here. And big up to Manchester United on an impressive week. 4 games.
Please say allegedly. Please say allegedly.
Allegedly. My apologies. Football family, you can connect with us on Facebook at Ballchat. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. We're on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Big up to Streams FM in the UK. Big up to the Streams FM family. Yo, thank all the listeners. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to all the listeners who continue to ride with the Ballchat family. Listen every week. Thank you so much. Junior, come on. We're gonna road now, family.
Later.
Bye.